Alright, so we got day 5 of Timequest here. We have completed all 10 missions. All 10 missions are done. The only remaining thing to do is track down Vettenmyer, which actually we've kind of done that too. We found Vettenmyer. He's in Baghdad, 1361 BC. And he's in the Tower of Babel, in fact. So we've located him. The problem now is finding a way to essentially defeat him. We sort of entered his lair, if you will, and got sort of trapped in a chair and then eventually killed. We do have sort of the ability to sort of go back and forward in time with these various platforms in this room. Forward 62 minutes, back 57 minutes. So that's obviously going to factor into the solution here about the way we can sort of defeat him. I kind of want to, maybe we should start out. I'm wondering if we should start back just so we get the full context of what's going on. Maybe we should. Even this save might be too late. Let's see. I kind of go. Yeah, this one's a little bit too late. Let's go to. We're gonna start off with. Why don't we start off with, we'll just go straight there to 1361 BCE. There. Hey, Avatar. Yeah, you're just in time. We're just about to resume here, which should be the, perhaps the final. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Yeah, I forgot, of course, we do have the, copy protection here. So we got to do that. Hopefully what should be for the final time. Okay, there we go. Then we need location code 76, which is... Where is 76? I don't even see 76. Really? That's not even on here? Unless I'm missing something? Really? I don't see 70. I see 73, but I don't see 76 here. Weird. I don't see that number. The 146, but no 76. Hang on. Can we restore? All right, let's restart. I want to get a different number. I don't know. I don't see that. I didn't see that number in the copy production documentation, in the manual. Oh, that aborted. We're off to a flying start. Off to a flying start here. One more time. Hey, how's it going, Tino? Yeah, I'm a little out of it because I got like a weird night of sleep, but I'm in it. We got to beat Timequest. How are you doing? And Thorgim ZX, thanks very much for the follow. Welcome to the DOS Adventure Quest, Thorgim. Welcome. All right, we need to go to Baghdad, 1361. All right, location code 12. Do I see this number? Yes. Okay, I do see location code 12. So that's the periphery sensor. Color code is tan, which is parity. And low-level software, which should be 13. There we go. Okay, copy production done. All right. We're in 1361 BC in Baghdad. We just need to make our way over to the the Tower of Babel. We know that the password to gain entry is, say, east. The door swings open and you step inside. Okay, here we go. So this is the temple at the foot of the Tower of Babel. There are several portraits on the wall here, each with an elaborate frame, all of which appear to be glowing. At the east end of the room is a door that probably leads up to the tower room. The west exit leads back out to the square. The frame around the door is glowing, the door standing ajar. Okay, So this is the odd thing, is what I didn't understand from when we got here yesterday was where this bracelet was. Obviously there are 10 bracelets there in those sort of pedestal cases. Must have been programmed to travel back through time by Vettenmyer. Is that... I don't know where that bracelet is, though. That's the weird thing. But... Okay, I take the bracelet. So I have it. Can I take everything else? I have to be more specific. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to do here. Probably not, but... Let's just do a save here in case. I think this was at 785. And this was just the... I'll just call it the portrait gallery. I didn't see what the room... Oh, it was just called Tower of Babel. Alright. A little bit more specific here. Okay, so, we can't open these pedestals at all. These are obviously all the 10, representing the 10 different missions that we completed with the different historical figures. We can't open any of the cases or, like, take the Khan portrait or something. Yeah, they're all firmly attached to the wall. Alright, so I think it's just kind of representing. Probably because you can probably get here before you've completed all 10 missions, because it's possible to have seen all the messages and figured this out to track down Vettenmyer before, so probably some of the bracelets would have been missing or something. Anyway, let's proceed to the tower room. You climb the stairs and stumble on the top step. Pause for an instant outside the door and then boldly step through. You hardly notice the door clicking shut behind you as your attention is riveted on a figure who looks just like yourself, standing on one of 2 raised platforms in the room. The figure is rapidly dematerializing, and just before he disappears, he suddenly flings his arm out and points toward the platform on the right. See, this is the weird thing. So we know this is ourself, different time version of ourself. Oh yeah, we could try that, Scylla. That's true. And Bisclaver, thank you for the host. He says he's standing on one of the platforms, but then he points his arm toward the platform on the right. Does that mean he's not on the platform on the right and he's on the left platform? Or is he pointing to the platform he's on? It's not very clear based on the text description. No sooner does he disappear than you hear ominous footsteps in the hall outside the door. Okay, so that's, of course, is Vettenmyer. We're in a room at the top of the legendary Tower of Babel. There are 2 prototype machines here. The one on the left is labeled forward, and the one on the right is labeled backward. Some notes have been taped to the wall between the 2 machines. In the center of the room is a large contraption that contains a case with the ominous label Doomsday Device, and inside the case is a red button labeled Activate, and below it is a keyhole labeled Abort and Disable. At the moment the case is closed, the only exit is a locked door in the south wall. So here's what we know. We know, based on reading the notes, the left platform sends us forward in time, 62 minutes. The platform on the right, the prototype time machine, sends us backward in time, 57 minutes. Vettenmyer is going to come through that door. We have the key to abort and disable the Doomsday Device. We don't want that to be activated. However, we are not able to get the case open, so I think the intention is we need to sort of go back or forward in time to the point where Vettenmyer has opened the Doomsday Device, right? And then we can put in the key. So here's the problem in getting there. So right now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. At 8:30, basically Vettenmyer comes through this room, I think after one or 2 more moves. He comes through the room, he traps us in that chair. And then by 8:30, we're basically given a chance to pick a number from 1 to 100 that he's thinking of. If we don't get the right answer, we die. I think ultimately we're going to want to make it, we need to sort of figure out 2 things. One is, like, what is the number, maybe? What's the number between 1 and 100? And then the second question would be, what's the time, at what time is the case opened? Does Vettenmyer open the case such that that's, where we could then intervene and then insert the key and then disable the Doomsday Device? So those are the 2 things. Now, to find out the number between 1 and 100, we also kind of have to figure out the right time. So sort of my thinking is, if we can somehow come in time to there's a version of ourselves that's trapped in the chair that's answering the question, but then there's also a version of ourselves that could sort of witness that and then see what the right answer is. The problem is, I think if you guess the right answer and you're wrong, he does not say, I guess he doesn't say what the right answer is. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to figure out what the answer is, a number between 1 and 100. Maybe we don't need to know, but it is one of the questions I do have. Should we just play this out again? We know if we go back in time immediately, because the other time version of us did step on the right platform and go backward. We know that's right, because we don't die. The question is, maybe, do we have to go back in time even further? Do we need to then go forward in time? You know, relative to 8 a.m.? That's what we got to sort of figure out. Let me just see, with a little bit of intel, let's just wait and see what the... I just want to get the milestones, I guess, here. Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing. Let's get the relevant time. So at 8 a.m., we enter the tower room, right? Is it at 8:01 that... I guess we'll just read the notes as we move right now. They look like lab notes made while Vettenmyer was building his interchron. The machine on the left, has the forward circuitry set for exactly 62 minutes. The right is set for exactly 57 minutes. The power field on each machine takes 5 minutes to regenerate after the machine has been used. So you can't use the same machine more than once within a 5-minute span. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's true. Yeah, I would narrow things down. That's right. Well, it would tell you whether it was higher or lower, so it was a little bit easier to do that. I don't think he's giving us this feedback about whether it's higher or lower, is he? All right, so Vettenmyer bursts into the room. He immediately overpowers you and straps you in the chair. Okay. So 8:01, Vettenmyer enters and, basically traps us, or basically imprisons us. I guess I'll say. Okay. So we enter the tower room at 8:01. Okay. So we'll put timeline of Timequest. Okay. We know that. All right, let's just wait this out. There's a look of a crazed genius in his eyes, and he says, "So nice of you to drop in. I do hope you've enjoyed our little chase. You've really been quite clever to solve all those puzzles. Too bad it won't do you any good." He waves his laser gun at you and continues, "I thought you might like to sit and chat for a while before I turn on my doomsday device. Please pardon the straps, but I wouldn't want to take any chances with someone who has been resourceful as you." Okay, so he's basically just talking to us. Let's see what else happens. All right, unless you ask him other stuff, I guess it just goes to 8:30? Yeah. So at 8:30, Vettenmyer says, "Now that we're both going to die, I might as well tell you the secret of the double-notched key. Every member of the Temporal Corps is given a copy of the key upon his formal induction. The original key belonged to the man who discovered the secret of time travel. He was afraid of what he had discovered, so he locked the secret in a box and gave the key to the wisest man he knew. This man, who ran a school in Rome, maybe it's the academy guy, decided to use this knowledge to found the Temporal Corps. They thought it would be a nice touch of irony to make that key the only thing that can disable the destruction device once it is turned on." Yeah, so actually, at what time does not Vettenmyer open the case, but at what time does he turn doomsday device on? That's actually the key point. Okay. "I know that you don't have a copy, and I'm certainly not going to give you mine." That's where Vettenmyer's making a mistake. We do have a copy in our inventory. He just didn't bother searching. He didn't bother searching us, even though he trapped us. Vettenmyer lapses into a moody silence and then speaks again. "I'm sure you're getting tired of waiting to die, so I'll give you a choice. I can kill you with the laser, or, if you can guess the number I'm thinking of, I'll let you live long enough to see the destruction device work. I'll even give you a hint. The number is between 1 and 100. Okay, so, interesting. So basically the guessing game, and then 8:31 is when we have the sort of guess number. And the exact minutes do matter here. So I guess we can just... Should we just guess maybe one of the numbers here, 57 or 62? Why not? I don't think he gives us any... He just says you're wrong. He doesn't say by how wrong you are, or if it's higher or lower. Vettenmyer laughs and says, "Not even close. So long, sucker." The last thing you see is his figure tightening on the trigger. You have failed in your mission. Okay, then you're dead by 8:31. So let's go back to here, 805 tower room. Let me just make sure the score is 805. Yeah. Okay, so we know we can go here. Those are the 4 key times between 8 o'clock and 8:31. Those key milestones. So here, I guess we know we can go backward in time. One of the things I guess I didn't try yesterday was when we go backward, can we wait 5 minutes and then go backward further? Like, I'm wondering whether there's something early that happened in the morning that could give us some intel. So let's try that. Excuse me, I know my voice is cracking. It's So let's step on the right platform. You feel yourself begin to dematerialize. Then you black out for an instant and begin to rematerialize. When you stumble off the platform, you glance up at the wall clock and notice the time is now 7:03. So yeah, we went back in time 57 minutes, 7:03. Now we can't use the backward machine for another 5 minutes, so that would be 7:08. I just want to see if there's anything different here. There's still notes. Okay, it looks like the description is the same. Okay. So if we read the notes, yep, that's still the same. Okay. We still can't open the case. I'm just basically buying time until 7:08. Device is featureless save for the ominous looking case. I was trying to do something with the straps, but I couldn't get those open. Alright, 7:08. So what happens now if we step on the right platform again? Oh wow. Okay, so you do go back in time 57 minutes more, but you die. Okay, so the you never notice the third thing is he shoots you. Oh, why is the death 8 here? That shouldn't have been. Oh, I was trying to do 58. Okay, it should be 59 now. There we go. Alright, so it sounds like we can't go back between 7:03 is a safety period, but maybe before 7:03 is probably a death trap. So earlier than 7:03, probably like death, I would think. But between 7:03 and 8 o'clock, I think we're okay. So if we undo that last thing and just from 7:08, let's just see wait around. I just want to see if is between 7:03 and 8 o'clock the safety zone. I believe it is. And nothing's happening in this intervening period. Right. Yeah, 58, we're good. 7:59, yeah, so 7:03 to 7:58 is clear. That's a safety zone. 7:59, and when we hear someone coming up the stairs, that's us. Hear ourselves. What's our name? Do we have a name in the game? I don't think so. Okay. Alright, cool. And then, of course, actually, I guess we could... Yeah, let's actually wait this out again. So 8 o'clock, we enter it. You see another version of you come into the room. As soon as the door swung shut, you hear another set of footsteps outside. Yeah, that's Vettenmyer. So if I step on the right platform again... I'm just like following myself, just the action I just took. Let's see. You move toward the platform, but before you step on it, Vettenmyer comes in and kills both of you. Okay, so that's another death. So you can't recycle that thing again. Yeah, so maybe we could have done it at 8. Here's one more thing I want to try. So 7:59 in the tower. That's right before we enter. So can we step on the right platform now and just cycle again? I'm just curious. Yeah, okay, wow. Alright, so they don't want you to... There's nothing... The good news is there's nothing like too complex where you have to go back in time multiple times, it looks like. So that's good. That's good. Alright, so what it seems like is either we have to make a trap or we're going to have to go forward in time, because we know we can't go back in time twice. So at some point, we got to step on the forward platform to go ahead 62 minutes. The question is, at what time between 7:03 and 7:58 do we step on the platform to go forward in time? That's going to be the key question to answer. Yeah, I guess there is a paradox maximum, Dark, effectively, because they just throw Vettenmyer in there to kill you if they don't want you to do something. Alright, so here's what we know then. If we go forward in time 62 minutes, we have to work backward from some time period here to arrive at, right? And I think I already yesterday tried to arrive at 8:30 and 8:31. I guess I can probably get rid of the AMs here because there's no PM, right? That's a little sort of useless. We know there's no reason to arrive between 8 o'clock and 8:30 because we're already in that time period. And the only thing would be, yeah, like a version of us is trapped in the chair, we come in, but then we die. He kills both of us, right? But we can't do that. So I think we want to come in after 8:31. The question is when. That's the thing I don't know the answer to. I don't know the answer to that. I think I already tried. We can do it again to confirm, but I think I tried stepping both immediately. When we arrived back in time at 7:03, I tried stepping on the left platform. That would get us in at 8:05, but yeah, that's just it's not at all helpful. I think I waited to 7:08. That doesn't work, and then I timed it back to 8:30 and 8:31. Maybe let's just try like 6. Let's try arriving in at 9. Sounds like an even number, an even time. So working backwards, that would be like if we step on the thing at 7:58, we would go forward 62 minutes. So let's step on the right platform. And just to confirm, you can't step on the left platform immediately, can you? That would get us in at 9:02. Oh, nothing happened, so you get off the machine. Okay. Alright, that's actually some intel there. And Vettenmyer bursts the room and overpowers you. So if you step on the left platform, nothing happens. I'm guessing that's not because the left platform doesn't work. It's probably because it was just used within the last 5 minutes. So maybe we do have to arrive in there at 9 o'clock, which means we have to step on the left platform at 7:58. Let's try step on the right platform. That takes us to... Okay, 7:03. Now let's wait until 7:58 and then step on the left platform. See if that works out. So it should be recharged. But it tells us we should be stepping on it within that 5-minute period before 8 o'clock. Alright, we do get killed. At 7:58 we die. So that gets us in right there at 9 o'clock is a death zone. I'm trying to figure out if there's logic that could help us pinpoint. I mean, the good news is we know it has to be 7:58 we know is no. Could be 7:59. Wait until 7:59. Do I want to continue waiting? No. Step on the left platform. So this should take us to 8:09:01. Oh. You step on the platform and feel yourself begin to dematerialize. As you do so, you see a figure that looks a lot like you enter the room. Okay, so we did step on the left platform and then point to the right one originally. Got it. An instant before you disappear, you fling your arm out and point to the backward time machine. Then you black out for a moment, or an instant, and begin to rematerialize. When you stumble off the platform, you glance up at the wall clock and notice that the time is now 9:01. Okay, so we know 9 o'clock is death, so we need to... At 7:59, we hear ourselves coming upstairs, and then we got to step on the left platform. And then at 8 o'clock, we got to enter the tower room and step on the right platform. Okay, cool. And then 9:01, arrive in time. Okay, the red button over the keyhole is flashing. Vettenmyer sprawled out on the floor, a laser gun just out of his reach in one direction, and a remote-controlled unit under the foot of a figure who is tied to the chair. That figure being us, presumably. Hey, how's it going, Adrian? The person who looks a lot like you steps on the remote switch and the case pops open. Oh, shit. Okay, so a lot just happened here. Let's just take stock of the situation. So it's 9:01. how did Vettenmyer get knocked out? So we're going to have to kind of continue probably the sequence of events backward and forward to do all these right things. We're going to use the, the future version of ourselves who did this stuff and just basically follow in his footsteps to accomplish this. So somehow he lost his laser gun. Vettenmyer got knocked to the floor. There's the remote under us who's still tied up. And we are... Oh, and we stepped on the remote and the case popped open. So this could just be as easy as, hey, let's put the key in and call it a day, but Vettenmyer might kill us. So let's get a save in here. This is 8:05 at 9:01 a.m. 9:01. I guess I'll say case because the case is open. So let's just start with the easiest solution first, and we have to do multiple rounds of backwards and forwards. We'll do it, but let's just insert the key. Is there a specific, is there like a slot or is it a keyhole or something? Yeah, keyhole, okay. Insert key in keyhole. You put the key in the keyhole, the red button stops flashing. Your score is just gone up by 50, but Vettenmyer grabs the laser, leaps to his feet, and aims it at you. Okay, so we did get 50 points, which was great, but we're kind of screwed now. My thought would have been to, so that's 10 Cedrics there. My thought would be maybe we should have taken the laser first just to disarm him. Probably should have done that, I would think. If we don't do anything now, we're going to die. We can't... Can we turn the key, or... I'll probably say, oh, before you can do that, Vettenmyer kills you. The last thing you see, whatever. Let's try just stepping back in time again. Well, let's see. What time is it now? 9:02. So if we go back in time 57 minutes, we're going to be... Yeah, Vettenmyer's just going to kill us on the other end, so there's not much we can do. Yeah, let's just turn the key, but I don't think we can do much. We should have just taken the laser gun first. In fact, let me just see if we can do that. Undo that. Alright, the gun is just beyond his reach. Let's see if we can take the gun first. The villain gets there first. Okay, you can't do that. Alright, so... Let's put the key back in. We might have to... And we can't... Let's actually see, could we have rescued ourselves? Rescue figure or man? He doesn't appear to need any help. Not Vettenmyer, ourselves. Rescue me, I guess? Which me do you mean? Yeah, it's a great question. The future version of me. Future me. Future me. Oh, okay, we can't do that. Alright, anyway. Shoot, let me restore again. Oh wait, oh, I didn't want that. I gotta get rid of an old time slot. Choose one at random here. Okay, let's go here. Me. Alright, so let's just insert the key anyway. I think we're gonna have to go... We can just try turning the key. If we get killed, then we'll try to figure out something else to do. Probably we have to travel in time again. Okay. So we go up by 50. Vettenmyer is about to kill us. We know we can't step on the left platform because it hasn't charged back, because we just arrived at 9:01. So, and I'll just say insert key in keyhole. So at 9:02, I mean, I guess our only option would be to step on the right platform. Well, it's not our only option, but in terms of time travel, it's our only option. I'm not optimistic about this because I think it's going to put us at 8:03 with Vettenmyer in the room and us dropped to the chair, but let's just see what happens. Or actually, no. Even before we do that, let's just try... Did we ever try turning the key? I don't think we did. Just turn the key. You try to twist the key, but nothing happens. Oh. So they do allow you to do that, and then Vettenmyer fires the laser and it kills you dead. Alright, was the button pushed? I don't know if the button was pushed. Would it be spoilers to point out a word? Well, Darkly, I guess the answers were yes, it would be a spoiler, and B, you've in fact spoiled it because now I need to look out for that. So something you should have probably asked in the spoiler chat. Alright, so, okay, I did get the keyhole in the key. Let me just try stepping on the right platform. What was the deal with the button? Oh no. Step on the right platform. Let's just see if you can go back in time. Oh, you step on the platform, start to dematerialize. Just before you disappear, the figure in the chair shouts 87. Okay, so that was the right thing to do at 9:02. When you rematerialize, you discover that you've gone backwards in time 57 minutes. You also discover Vettenmyer in the room waiting for you. Okay, now he grabs us and straps us into the chair. But obviously that was the right thing to do because our score just went up by 25. So we're at 9:20. Or excuse me, we're at 8:55. I thought we were at 8:95. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So we were at what, 55? So we should be at 8:80. Because we went up by 25. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, sorry. Was it? I don't remember the question I asked, but yeah, I'm basically asking myself the question to help with my thinking process to try to figure out what to do and what the situation is. Gather all the facts. Okay, so now we're at 8:05. I thought we were going to die here, but apparently not. So we're at 8:80 at 9:05. 8:05. 8:05? Yeah, 8:05. Okay, cool. So that sends us back here. And he yelled the number 87, right? Okay. 87. So that's not a reference to time, because obviously you can't have 987 or 887. So it's got to be a reference to duration of minutes, or maybe it's like a... Oh, it's the number. Okay, it's the number. When he asks us what's the number between 1 and 100, we just say 87. Okay. So that we rematerialized from 902. So if he's waiting for us here, I guess, is he going to trap us? Can we take the laser gun? I don't know where his laser gun is, but... Okay, we are strapped in the chair. Alright, so I think we just wait until... let's just wait until 8:30 and yell the number 87. That must be the number. Yeah, okay. Numbers between 1 and 100, let's say 87. Vettenmyer looks at you in surprise. That's right, he says. I guess you'll be around until the bitter end. He pushes the remote control and the case pops open. Then he presses the red button, which begins to flash ominously, and snaps the case shut. Okay, so the red button was pushed, alright, and our score does go up by 15, so that puts us at 895. You don't like the crickets? They're giving you a headache? Alright, I can switch it. Wow. I find crickets very relaxing. I thought most people did too. Hey, Arctic. Yeah, we could be very close to finishing the game here. Let's do an 895 at... I don't know why I said 805. 895, we're at 8:35 a.m. Okay. Okay, so we guessed the right... He's not going to kill us. He's going to allow us to do that. So we know based on the future timeline that somehow he gets knocked out and the remote comes under our feet. I'm not exactly sure how that happens. 87 was the number we guessed. Alright, I'll turn off the crickets if folks don't like it. We had this all yesterday. No one said anything. It was interesting. No one complained about the crickets yesterday. Try this one. If you guys prefer stream sounds. Yeah, again, don't try to figure out the how this is all possible. Well, there's also a fire going. It's not just the crickets, there's also like a fire, which you can kind of hear too. That's the staticky thing is actually a fire. But here I can even go, this one sounds less staticky maybe. Okay, so what are we're at 8:35. So somehow he's got to like drop the remote. I don't know how this is going to happen. Let's just wait to see what does happen, I guess. Remote looks like a garage door opener. Very lethal looking weapon. The transparent case. The case is closed. I thought he had pushed... Oh no, he hasn't pushed the button yet. Right. The red button. It's labeled activate and it's flashing. How do we get the case back open? We're also still strapped, right? Yeah. Remove straps. Okay, at some point, maybe our future self or backward self comes in here and must have knocked him out or something. We gotta see what happens. Let's see. Let's just wait and see what occurs. He's a look of crazed genius in his eyes. 8:52, nothing happens. At 8:59... I know another version of you is about to pop out of that machine. Pardon me while I get ready for him. He turns his back to you and aims his laser gun at the forward time machine. Man. So in addition to doing this by time, I should have done this by chronology. Did we ever get in there at 8:59? I thought we arrived in time at 9:01. Okay, interesting. I don't think we can knock him out. We're still trapped here, right? Maybe another version of ourselves is going to come in here and disarm him. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just have to count on that happening. Okay. So Vettenmyer turns his back at 8:59. Let's see what else happens. The other version of you starts to materialize on the forward time machine. No sooner does he materialize than Vettenmyer fries him with the laser. Seconds later, you begin to feel dizzy and you realize that you are passing out of existence. You have failed in your mission. Another death. Okay, so we do need to do something at that 8:59 time. Got it. All right, what could we do here? We're trapped, so we can't move.
Game over, man. Game over.
Can't do that while you're strapped to the chair. Okay. Well, we're kind of fucked then. Maybe our legs trapped. Maybe we could have kicked him. I know our hands are trapped, but are our legs trapped? I don't know. Okay. Kick Vettenmyer. You lash out with your foot. Okay, yes, you can kick him. And make solid contact. Vettenmyer goes sprawling on the floor, and the laser skitters just beyond his outstretched hand. The remote control comes to rest at your feet. Okay. Kick him. So then at 9 o'clock, we start to materialize, although I think it's not to 9:01 until we actually do. So here's where we need to press on the remote so we open the case for that other our past version of ourselves that's now coming from the past into the future. Anyway, it's all confusing. All right, so what do we probably have to like press use foot to hit remote or something? How do we do this? I guess press remote with foot. Press remote. You can't do that while you're strapped. The other version of you leaps off the platform and rushes over the case. He pounds on the closed case. Vettenmyer grabs the laser, leaps to his feet, and aims it at the other version of you. Okay, I didn't want to say press remote. I guess just kick remote or something? How do I... Step on remote. That's what I want. Step on remote. You step on the control and the case pops open. The other version of you leaps off the platform and rushes over to the case. He jams a key into the keyhole and turns off the Doomsday device. The red button stops flashing and the device is disabled. Vettenmyer grabs the laser, leaps to his feet, and aims it at the other version of you. Ooh, okay. So, I didn't remember twisting. I didn't twist it off, though. I just inserted it. Maybe I could have done that all in one move. I don't know. Alright, so we need to step on remote at 9 o'clock. So this is, again, our second time here now at 9:01. Can we just kick him again to disable him again? I mean, it seems like the logical thing. Kick Vettenmyer? It's what worked the first time. I don't know. You didn't say the word 87. Oh, shit. So the other you didn't know the answer to the riddle when you got back, so you lose. You feel yourself fade out of existence. You fail. Damn it. Yeah, that's right. That's what we did do. At 9... Well, that was at 9:02, though, not 9:01. It's all very confusing when they show you the time and the action is taken, what minute it counts under. Okay, so that's another death. That's fair. So just yell 87. Or say 87. Yell 87. I mean, they told you why things went wrong, so the password's banana. Oh, just say 87. Can't yell it. The other version of you leaps on the backward platform and begins to dematerialize. You shout the word 87 just as he disappears. Again, how were we going to know that originally to tell ourselves that? That's the weird thing. Vettenmyer fires the laser, but it's too late. Vettenmyer spins and shouts at you. How did you get that key? He slams his fist down on the case. No one could have given it to you. It's part of the oath. He suddenly becomes still. Unless... He looks at you and says, "It was the old man, wasn't it? It must have been. Well, we can take care of that, my friend." He walks around behind you. "Get ready to take a little ride." You feel a sharp blow on the back of your head and pass out. Yeah, so I didn't yell 87, I just heard 87 in the 902 version, but... I guess... Yeah, okay. When you come to, you are inside Vettemyer's intercron, bound hand and foot. The machine is just finishing a time jump. Vettemyer flings open the door and gives you a rough push. You stumble up through the door and fall on the ground. Your score has gone up by 30. Wow, okay, yeah, they're definitely giving us the points now. So now we're at 925. Definitely want to save here. At the academy, you look around for a few moments, not really seeing anything. Then a few familiar details swim into focus. After a few seconds, you realize that Vettenmyer has taken you back to Rome, in the year 1940 apparently, and programmed the intercron to appear in the centuries-old academy. Yeah, let's definitely save. This is 925 Rome Academy. Let me actually... Yeah, we're not seeing our older save slots here. Let me... Or our more recent ones. Let me just delete a couple here. Older ones. Okay, there we go. Alright, so... Is Vettenmyer gone, though? Or is he still here? No, he's still here. Maybe he's going to try to shoot and kill this guy. So we can't get the key from him. We have a rope? Where's this rope from? Nothing special about the rope? When did we get a rope? Vettenmyer sneers at you. "Surprise, creep! This guy may have already given you the key, but if I snuff him now, he'll never found the Temporal Corps, and all of us will simply wink out of existence." Oh, we're tied up in the rope. Desperate to get free, you strain against the rope. Got it. Okay. So, we're not bound, though, so I guess we can communicate verbally. And also, can we do... Hold on. Can we do the classic kicking him? You can't do that while you're tied up. Oh. The old man stares at Vettenmyer and slowly recovers from his shock. "From the evidence of my eyes and ears, you must be from the future, much as H.G. Wells predicted. But one thing puzzles me. If you seek to change the future by killing me, it won't work. I'm an old man who has only a short time to live. I plan to spend my few remaining days here at the Academy, reflecting upon the nature of life, as I've always done. Killing me would surely have no effect on this future you envision." You work the rope back and forth. It's definitely coming loose. Okay. Well, I can't remember. It's 6:52 p.m. I don't remember at what time the past version of ourself came here and picked up the key. I don't know what the significance of the exact time is of 6:52 yet. Apparently we are about to come free, so maybe we're just supposed to look around for now. We do have the bench here as always, the bush. And there is the cloak. It's a simple cloth cloak. As the old man speaks, Vettenmyer becomes more and more agitated. Finally he explodes. "You're lying," he shouts. "The Temporal Corps was funded right here on this very day. You know the location of that box, and I can prove it." Vettenmyer pulls the old man off the bench and starts to search him with one hand while holding the laser on him with the other. Okay, so he's trying to get the box. That was the box which he put the key in, right? Because he discovered the secret of time travel, right? I think. According to what he had said before. Suddenly, the old man lunges for the gun and the two of them scuffle. You hear a muffled shot and Vettenmyer slowly crumbles to the ground. Ooh. With a massive effort, you manage to pull one hand free of the rope. So can I, like, remove the rest of the rope, please? You can't do that while you're... oh, I'm still tied up. Vettenmyer's eyes come up to meet yours with a look of pure hatred. Slowly, he brings the gun up to aim at you, and you see his finger squeezing down on the trigger. You free your other hand and frantically start clawing the rope away from your legs. Well, if his finger is squeezing down the trigger, it's not as if we had much time to, like, free the rest of us. Alright, so we're still not free. I mean, our legs... Okay, both of our hands are free, but our legs are not free. And we're starting to claw away. Let's just see what happens if we just don't really do much of anything. And then eventually, you know, if there's a puzzle, if there's something we have to do, we'll figure out. Get more information. Vettenmyer's the look of a crazed genius in his eyes. With Vettenmyer's dying spasm, the laser goes off. In the same instant, the old man leaps between you and the gun, and the beam strikes him full in the chest. He sinks to the ground, blood seeping from a hole near his heart. You finally manage to tear the rope away, and you rush to the old man's side. The poor guy. I don't know if there's anything we could have done to avoid that. It sounds like we were incapacitated, more or less. Can we ask him about anything? Oh, no, it's just the usual stuff. We should ask him about time travel, I suppose. The old man attempts to say something, but is disrupted by a bout of coughing. You gather the old man in your arms. He looks up at you, and with his last breath, he says, "Individually, time must defeat each of us, but together, we may defeat time. Take the cloak, pass on the knowledge. I don't know where mankind is going, but each of us must contribute towards the goal. Otherwise..." Spasm racks his body, and his fingers clutch your arm. Then his head falls to one side, and he is gone. Alright, so we have to... If we're taking the cloak and passing on the knowledge, I think that means that we have to stay here in the academy. That was the big deal. So let's definitely take the cloak. Your score has gone up by 75, giving you a total of 1,000 out of 1,000 points. There we go. Perfect score. Okay. Not higher than perfect, but still pretty good. All right, we got to stay in the academy. I don't know if there's anything to do or if this is it. Let's see. Oh, no, that's it. That's the end of the game. There's nothing else happening. I guess that's just it. You win. There's no end message. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, so after 18 hours and 18 minutes, the time quest has been completed. We got back in time. We stopped Vettenmyer. We saved all 10 missions. We've put on the cloak, and we'll pass on the knowledge here on the bench in the Academy in Rome, until we also are perhaps killed. And that concludes Timequest. Time is run out for Vettenmyer and his fiendish plans. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, wow. I'm surprised they don't give you like an epilogue of sorts. I mean, obviously they, you know, the ending is sort of assumed what will happen. But yeah, we found a time core. That's right, because in a few days we have to do something, you know, put the key in the box and everything. So we turned out to be the succession of all of the old men with the beards that were here in this park for over the course of millennia. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so really that was actually a pretty neat sort of last puzzle there, that last end game. Getting to Vettenmyer was a little bit cryptic, but once we found him, that whole thing with jumping back and forth in time, that was definitely the cool part. So yeah, I really enjoyed the game, both for like the historical elements and settings and going back and forth around, and even like having to some of the puzzles which required you to go from one piece of like to solve the missions, you had to go to multiple time periods and put all the pieces together. So that was really cool to try to figure that all out. So really, yeah, neat game. I dug it. There were some, you know, like issues here and there, as with any game, but this was really neat. So thank you, Silo, again for the pick. I really enjoyed Timequest, both for the historical setting, but then also the elements that sort of created and solving in the puzzle design, having to put things together through the fourth dimension. So let's give. Oh well, we scored. How many points did we just get there? 75 points. Yes, we got to give out. Oh, where did that? What happened with this? Yeah, it's 15 Cedrics for everyone there too. Yeah, I'll have to think on the rating. I gotta think on the rating. There should be more. A final ending screen. Yeah, I hit. I was hitting keys and nothing was happening. Yeah, nothing's happening. I guess we could try restoring. Yeah, nothing's happening. Let me try starting again. Let's see. Yeah, I pressed enter, I pressed escape, I pressed spacebar. No luck. Okay, let me just try again then. Just wait. Free the other hand, away. Okay, well, I guess I gotta wait him to take the cloak. And then you take the cloak. Oh, there it goes, spacebar. Okay, here we have our end screen. You put on the cloak. In the pocket, you find a slip of paper that contains the location of the box that contains the secret of time travel. And you slowly realize that you are the one destined to found the Temporal Corps. You sit down on the bench and ponder the old man's last words. Man passes knowledge to man, father to son, teacher to pupil. Only through the propagation of the species and passing of knowledge can man defeat time and attain immortality. Whoever learns and passes on that learning adds a link to the chain, and the chain is everything. Oh, I missed. After a while, a young boy wanders into the courtyard. You invite him to sit down, and the two of you begin to talk. All right, there we go. Now we have the end. And there we go. Now we got the ending of Timequest. So that did end a minute to the final time, 8:19. Vettenmyer, before you can do anything else, Vettenmyer shoots you. Yeah. So again, really neat game. Neat game. The interesting thing too, I'm gonna have to realize, in addition to figuring out what the rating I'm gonna give the game, is also figuring out
and place it in your purse.
Where this ranks for me among the Legend titles, because obviously it didn't have the humor or the writing of many of them, and actually the text parser was not great in a lot of areas. So that part of it I didn't care for, but I liked the gameplay a lot.
Score!
Okay, there we go. And that will do it. All right, so let's head to our Hall of Adventure and add game number 115, Timequest, up on the shelf.